Hey everyone, I hope you're well. So I just wanted to quickly pop on at the start of this video to talk about my new Patreon. Yes. So I just wanted to make it clear that it hasn't opened yet. It's opening on the 1st of December, so there's no subscription or there's nothing you can do until the 1st of December, and that's when you can sign up. And I will link my Patreon below. I think the link I posted on the last video, someone said wasn't quite working or something, so I'll make sure the correct link is here, but it's my current Patreon, which you can find in a lot of places on my YouTube. So it will be through my current Patreon, but it will be like a new tier opening up. So it's a new tier is how they call it on Patreon, and then you can subscribe to that, and it will be a monthly payment. Patreon processes payments at the 1st of every month, so please try and subscribe as close to the 1st as you can so you can experience the full month. The other thing is that this is a journey I'm taking over 3 months, but the content of those 3 months will be stored forever. Just like my current Patreon that has been at $7 a month, that has almost 2 years of content now, so it's really good for if you if you want to look back on those 2 years, which were really pivotal times. I mean, it's pretty much as I started the Patreon around the beginning of 2020, and I've poured a lot of my heart and soul into that page over that time. I've done so much light language there. I've done 2 courses, so if you want to check it out, please do, and that will be open still forever, and I'm gonna be recalibrating how I am serving in that space, okay? So for the next 3 months, come December 1st, I'm going to be pouring my heart and soul into this new Patreon, and also the other thing I want to talk about is there's a few VIP places still available if you wanted to work one-on-one with me over the next 3 months. It would be around about 1 session per month, so about 3 2-hour sessions with me over that time period alongside your commitment to the group. And that's a pretty amazing opportunity for right now. If you feel you want to work one-on-one with me, I offer a lot of different skills to my one-on-one work. I'm always guided by spirit, but I read soul gifts, I read soul realms. I can really work with your cosmic coding to unlock your true, like, what it is you are here to do, really, and how you are to express that. I do Akashic Records readings, I do tarot readings, I channel, there's a lot I can offer, but so I don't really know what will come up for us in those 3 months, but I know it will be exactly what you need for it to come up, because that's how I work. And I'm also going to be offering, with that 3-month journey, I'm going to be offering like my own presence and support over those 3 months. So you'll be able to message me and I'll be there for you to talk about things that are coming up, to share your breakthroughs, all these things. So I'm going to be energetically present with you for 3 months, witnessing your transformation as I'm going through my transformation, which is going to be really special. Okay, what else do I need to say? Oh yeah, so some people have been asking, like, what is the Diamond Codes Patreon gonna be, kind of thing. So in part, it's going to be, okay, the diamond, I called it Diamond Codes because to me, this time period that we're about to enter, especially over December, to me December feels really potent, but especially over the next 3 months, I feel leading into March of 2022 where I feel there is this evolutionary pressure surrounding us, okay? And in certain ways, which I'm about to speak about in this video you're about to watch, I feel that this evolutionary pressure will be with us for the next 2 years in a certain kind of way that I'm picking up on and that's speaking to me in a very special way. So I want to harness this evolutionary pressure so we can become our diamond selves, okay? Now, Diamond Codes as well represents to me the new frequency that's available on Earth, but we have to be the ones to ground it. We have to be the ones to embody it, all right? So that's my intention of this group, is for me to really assist us to all become the new frequency. not just be able to touch it from time to time, and maybe it comes on, you know, like some fairy lights and it just twinkles for a bit and then it leaves again and you're lost again. No, we are going to anchor it into our being. We are going to become the new earth, okay? It's going to be powerful. It's going to be transformative. Listen to your own intuition. If it's right for you or not, you will know. You will know. You can trust yourself. You will know. If it's not right for you, that's fine. That's totally fine. Spirit, is there anything else? Oh yes, in terms of the actual content of the Diamond Codes group, it's going to be, this is what I'm feeling right now. I think I want to go live a couple times a month, so I'm thinking every fortnight I'll go live in Zoom and we can all meet up, and I'll try and change the time so that different people from different parts of the world can make it, because I know we all live in different time zones and I'm in Australia, which is generally not where everyone else is, but that's okay. So I want to do some live activations with light language, and it's going to be like, I'm not holding back, you guys. So when I channel for public consumption, I do not just let loose because it's not the space, it's not the time, it's not right, it's not the right audience, etc. This space that I'm creating, this cocoon of the Diamond Codes Patreon group, it is the space. It is the full extent of what I can offer. Well, except for working one-on-one. There are tears already, I guess. But it's full, it's me, it's raw, you know, it's raw. And it's kind of like, it's kind of crazy. It's really cool. So I'm going to be doing that. Then I'm going to be doing basically like probably about 3 videos a week, which is actually a lot if you think about it in terms of how much you can actually consume. About 3 videos a week. One will be like a wisdom teaching of what I'm working with. Well, it won't just be what I'm working with, but it's going to be largely inspired through what I'm working with, because I'm going to be I'm already working through my own blocks and stuff and da-da-da. One is going to be a huge light language activation, so we're going to be keeping up with this light language, we're going to be keeping our frequency high, we're going to be embodying it. Like I said, we have to pull it through into the body. And then the third video will be whatever needs to happen. I have ideas that we can do activities together, or activities, and then you guys can send me in if we do a drawing exercise, if we do other kind of exercise, we can share our things. I would love it to be a space where other people can talk to each other and, you know, hopefully network. I mean, we're not all gonna, you know, it's fine. Like, a lot of people I know in this space are more introverted and such, but I feel like it'll be a space where we're all like-minded souls, so we can kind of, you know, get to know each other, hopefully, sort of, in whatever way everyone feels comfortable to do that, okay? And I'm going to be sharing my own breakthroughs also, which honestly is the codes. Once you have gone through and you have done the work and you have broken out of that spell, or broken out of that restriction, that belief, that programming, you then hold the codes that can free others just through your existence, you know? But I will also be breaking it down, pulling it through. I'm an energy worker, so I can do this. Alright, so we're going to be, it's definitely the other question I've been getting, because I've been doing my emails. Sorry if I've replied to everyone now. Sorry for people who were waiting, but I'm sure you don't mind. In the end, it's all, you know, what is time really? But anyway, yes. So the other thing I wanted to say is that in the group, I'm going to be responding to everyone's comments. I'm going to try and get to them as much as I can, but I'll certainly, at least every second day, try to do a full response to everyone's, you know, messages, comments, yes. So that's going to be something I'm committing to for myself, because I want to be there to kind of just help you along this process. It is a transformation, so there will be things that come up, there will be questions, there will be things. Okay, but the other question I wanted to address before we get into the video is that I've had a few people asking me if this space is just for women or if it's just for feminine, and it's like, no way. I don't personally work with just women, I never have. It's never been, it's never felt like I just have never done that. I've always felt very equally drawn to working with both men and women, masculine and feminine energies, and certainly this space in the group is honoring both masculine and feminine energies, and largely it's going to be about balancing the polarity within us of masculine and feminine, coming into harmony of both sides of our nature. So yes, it's certainly a space for all, and yeah, I'm really excited. So that's starting on December 1st. I'm going to keep coming back and letting everyone know about it until then. So yeah, now I will introduce the next version of me who's going to talk to you guys about the North Node in Taurus and the South Node in Scorpio that's going to be impacting us for the next 2 years come December 22nd, 2021. Much love, y'all. Hello, welcome. I hope that you're well. So today I feel called to talk about some astrology. Well, it is astrology, but I'm not an astrologer, but I read energy. I'm an energy reader. And ever since I found out that the nodal axis of the moon is shifting on the 22nd of December, I have not been able to get it out of my head. It's just been like so present and at the forefront of my vision, I guess. And I want to talk about it because I want to channel some messages about it, do sort of like a reading about it, and kind of also give you guys like a window into how I'm feeling this shift happening, because it feels huge to me. Okay, so basically the nodes of the moon determine our eclipse seasons, okay? And eclipse seasons on Earth are periods of intense magical energy. This is my personal perspective, but it's a period of intense magical energy that kind of builds and carries, it builds this momentum. So eclipse season happens twice per year, but the eclipses impact us for several years. Like it's the enormity of the energy of the eclipse is like so understated. It really should be taught in schools. Like we should be taught astrology in schools. This is so vitally important. But anyway, because when we align to these energies, it's sort of just like, it's kind of like when you plant things that are in season, right? If you plant something that's in season and you give it the right conditions to grow, well, sure, it still might not grow, but you've given everything that you can. You've aligned everything that is humanly possible to allow something to be successful. Okay, so in a way, astrology is like that. It's sort of like a forecast of like weather. And when we align to it, we give ourselves the best conditions to grow. Otherwise, sometimes we can get into a space of, planting things that are out of season, metaphorically, planting things that are out of season, planting, a tropical plant in a drought-ridden area, these kinds of things. It's like we're missing. It's just you've missed something there, So that's to me how I feel about astrology, is it's kind of like weather conditions in the world that we can align to help us to grow, to help us to flourish, blossom, and to help us reap the best harvest that we can from our own life, from our own choices, from our own hard work, All right, so the moon's nodes shift every 2 years, and they impact our collective energy for 2 years. So keep in mind as well, there's a difference between Vedic astrology and like Western astrology. And for the purposes of this video, I'm really just referring to the Western astrological reading of the nodes, which basically says the nodes are shifting on the 22nd of December, and they are moving from Sagittarius and Gemini into Scorpio and Taurus. Okay? So I want to look into this Taurus Scorpio energy that's about to influence us for the next 2 years. So keep in mind, and some of you guys may have already heard me say this, but for those of you who haven't, we just had a recent full moon in Taurus, okay, and it was an eclipse. Okay, so the way that, like I said, the nodes of the moons dictate the eclipses, they dictate the eclipse seasons. So we just had the nodes kind of shifting really briefly into Taurus. I don't know if and Scorpio. But they went back again into Gemini, Saggy. So on the 22nd of December is the actual shift. It's the actual shift. It is. And that's what I want to tune into right now. I want to tune into that shift. I want to tune into what... Okay, so let's do it like, I want to pull like one tarot card for the south nodes and one for the north nodes. Okay, so I'm saying nodes because we're working with, let's just like visualize this for a second, you guys. We're working with, oh my god, what? Look what I just drew. Okay, that's not quite what okay, we'll just work with this. Okay, so the north node was in Gemini, and the south node was in Sagittarius. And now we're moving into Taurus and Scorpio. Alright. Okay, well, this didn't turn out too badly. So what I want to do is I want to pull a card for each of these aspects, each of these things, to get a reading, because we've just spent 2 years being influenced by Gemini and Sag. And what have we just had happen in the last 2 years, you guys? Can you think? Life-changing events? Global disruptions? Okay, so honestly, we are ready for a change. I don't think we're going to know what's hit us because we've got Scorpio energy coming in and Taurus energy as well. Like, there's a beauty to both of those energies. To me, I personally resonate a lot with Taurus and Scorpio energy. But let's tune into where we've just been. Okay, so we're going to go deep today, okay guys? Let's tune into where we've just been with Sagittarius in the South Node. Okay, so Saggy South Node. Ooh, we have the Chariot. Interesting. So the Sagittarius South Node we've just come from in the past 2 years being represented by the Chariot. Alright, let's get the full picture and get the North Node representation. Wow. North Node in Gemini is being represented by the Devil. I love shuffling live. This is great. So we've got Gemini and Sagittarius. You guys, this is really bizarre because Spirit's like downloading shit into my head right now. We adding. Because prior to Gemini and Sag, guess what the North and South nodes were in? Cancer and Capricorn. The North node was in Cancer and the South node was in Capricorn. Okay, so my writing's getting more abysmal as we go along. I apologize. I really do. I'm a Virgo, okay, so I pride myself on not being this rough and humble, but here we are. So the North node in Gemini is being represented by Capricorn, which is the Devil. The Devil card in the Major Arcana represents the energy of Capricorn. It represents more than that, but it's very related to Capricorn. And Cancer rules the Chariot card. Okay, so the Chariot is very related to Cancer. Well, it's not that it's related, it's like a ruler. Like when we have Major Arcana is all connected to astrology. All of it is connected to the archetypes within astrology. So you could kind of say the zodiac wheel is like archetypal energy. So Cancer is an archetypal energy, Capricorn is an archetypal energy, but so is the Chariot and so is the Devil, okay? So it's more than just the astrological signs, but it's pretty flippin' amazing that Capricorn and Cancer have come out when I asked for cards to represent Gemini and Sagittarius on the nodal axis, okay? Because these two were just on the nodal axis. Before it shifted into Gemini and Sag, we had Cancer and Capricorn. So to me, this is saying that we were still really going deep into this energy of Cancer and Capricorn. Even though we were in Gemini and Sag, this energy was lingering. But the interesting thing is that when we actually had the nodes of the moon in Cancer and Capricorn, the north node was in Cancer and the south node was in Capricorn. But when I just pulled the cards, Capricorn came out on the north node, Cancer came out on the south node, okay? So also keep in mind that this deck that I'm using, the Devil card is actually called Challenge. I'm covering it up, sorry. The Devil card is actually called Challenge. Okay? So it's a nice way of, I don't know, talking about the devil energy, right? This is so interesting, you guys, to me. Okay, so Capricorn came out for Gemini, North Node, so funny, and Sagittarius, South Node in Cancer. So what I'm seeing is this. Do you see that? Because the devil came out for Gemini, which is a north node. And the devil's related to Capricorn, which was on the south node. You feel me? So we've got some crisscrossing energies, but to me, what it's saying is that we needed more. We needed more to come out. We needed more to come out. Okay, so with this Gemini challenge energy, with Gemini North Node being represented by challenge and the devil, how am I going to word these? Okay, so the past 2 years, with the devil being on the North Node, we have been invited to wake up to certain illusions that are keeping us feeling unsatisfied and insatiable, okay? Because this is what the devil is to me. It's this insatiable hunger, insatiable appetite for consumption. When it's in the North Node, when it's North Node is the kind of represents like our desires. So when a sign is in the North Node of the axis of the moon, it kind of represents what we are desiring, what we are wanting to consume. But the thing with the nodes of the moon is that we always have to balance North and South Node, because otherwise we will want to be insatiably consuming. We will want to be insatiably consuming. Which is why we have to balance it out with our South Node in Saggy. Okay, which was the Chariot, which is taking the reins. Look at her. Look how empowered this Freya character is on this card. Taking the reins of our own life, no matter who's in charge, no matter what controls, right, are hanging over our heads, no matter what restrictions we have placed on us, how can we still navigate through our life in an empowered way? How can we still maintain clarity in our vision of what it is we are actually desiring and not get swept up in the illusions of the North Node, okay? The North Node is kind of like, it does have quite a devilish energy to it, actually. We're talking about archetypes, right? The North Node, if we only go towards the North Node without considering balancing the necessary polarity of the South Node and honouring both, if we only favour the North Node, which for some reason there seems to be a misconception a lot of the time in astrology that our north and our south nodes are, you know, our north node represents our destiny and what we're traveling towards, and our south node represents where we've come from. And I don't agree with that, and a lot of astrologers don't agree with that. It's not just me, but I don't agree with that. I feel that it's about balancing both. Because if we only favor one and we're only looking towards our north node, well, then we are inevitably imbalanced, you know? We're not in balance, we're not in harmony. So my reading of Gemini and Sag, so crazy that it's represented by the Chariot and Devil. My reading of this is that we had to dig deep, okay, into our south node frequency. And our south node holds kind of like a collective understanding. It holds a foundation of truth that we all belong to, okay? And our south node is a foundation in which we reach towards the north node from, okay? But it's very easy to kind of abandon the south node energy and just go, you know, head over heels towards the north node, which does create the devil energy. It creates an unsatisfaction in your pursuit of life. It creates a feeling of well, it's literally the image of like consumption, but there's nothing to go into. There's nothing for it to go into. Okay, I'm gonna have to just talk about Rahu and Ketu now, because because I was trying to avoid talking about Rahu and Ketu because it's a Vedic astrology term, but it only really makes sense now to talk about it. It doesn't make sense for me to avoid it. So this is a Vedic astrological term, but it's applicable. Okay, so Rahu represents the head, and Ketu represents the tail. And Rahu is the north node, and Ketu is the south node. Let me just write this in. Okay, so this is why if you just go towards the north node energy, you are feeding just the head of your body, right? The head of the beast is what it's called, the head of the beast. But in Vedic astrology, they talk about the fact that the head is disconnected from the tail. This is not one animal that's all functioning together. There's a disconnect between head and tail energy. So when you favor just the head of the beast and you try to consume and create a sense of satisfaction or fullness or satiation with life just through the north node, it is that thing. Like, I think there's a book, In the Realm of the Hungry Ghost by Gabriel Mate. You consume and consume and consume, but there's nothing for it to go into. So all that you're really doing is consumption. There is no, there's nothing to receive it. You see what I mean? So we have to balance north and south nodes. We have to favor both, or else we'll get ourselves really into trouble with the head of the beast. We really will. So when I found out that Taurus was going to be in the north node, which is Rahu, which is the head of the beast, I was like, oh no. Because Taurus already is about consumerism. It's about taking in, eating, drinking, consuming music, consuming media, buying things, materialism. It's also about, you know, gardening and growing and earth and beauty because it's ruled by Venus and all these things. Yes. But in the site, when it's in the placement of the north node, we are really going to have to watch out. And I feel like this devil energy sitting on our north node was already a warning to us, like, don't get lost here. Don't get lost here. Because it's going to be really easy. Sorry. Well, it just happens on our channel sometimes. It's going to be really easy to get lost in that Taurus energy of consume, 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 but never feeling fulfilled. Really, really, really easy. So let's go ahead and pull a tarot card for the South Node in Scorpio. Justice. Do you see what I mean about this being big energy, you guys? We've only had Major Arcana come out. Tuning into this North Node in Taurus, Spirit, tuning into this North Node in Taurus. One card to give us insight into this North Node in Taurus. The Ten of Swords. Why did I, and back of the deck is the Ten of Pentacles. That's very interesting. Okay, so what that's telling us is that with the North Node in Taurus, we have the opportunity to create intense stability. I don't know why I said intense. We have the opportunity to create lasting stability and abundance that is whole. There's this sense of like a wholeness to the abundance that is available to us. Okay, like abundance in every area of our life, right? Beautiful. But, the card that actually came out for Taurus is the Ten of Swords. Okay, all right, you guys. This is it. This is how it is. Fuck. You know what? Let's just take a little sip of smoothie. Let's just get ready for this. So, if the last 2 years weren't already a lot, which they were, I think we can pretty much say the last 2 years were a lot. Can we? Can we say that? Yeah, we can definitely say that. So the last 2 years was a lot, and fair. We had the North Node representing the energy of challenge or the devil. Now we have the North Node representing the energy of the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords, it's positive in a lot of ways because things kind of have gotten really as bad as they're going to get. But also, it is a little bit of an ending energy. Okay, so what I'm getting basically is the Ten of Swords represents the end of a time of struggle and pain or addictions and things like this, okay? But what I'm getting with the Ten of Swords on that North Node is that our path to this ending is going to be testing. It's going to call for a lot from us. But, and this is just what is coming through, it's going to call for a lot from us to cross the finish line is what I'm hearing. It's like there is a lot of evolutionary pressure around this North Node. So like I said, this North Node in Taurus, yes, if people get seduced, okay, because Taurus is a seductive energy. It's ruled by Venus. It's one of the most seductive energies in the zodiac because it's ruled by Venus and it's an earth sign. So it represents our earthly desires. You know what I mean? Like, hello, you know, our earthly desires. But that includes like food and alcohol and relationships and things like this. But all of those things can easily turn into addictions, right? Or we can use those things to express energy or emotion within us. So, North Node, Ten of Swords. We gotta dig deep. We have to dig deep. Okay, this is an energy of stop waiting for other people to save you, basically. And I'm not just talking about in your personal life. I'm talking about this is really more of a collective thing. Everything that's happening in the collective is, of course, happening also within. It's happening individually because as within, so without, you know. The microcosm reflects the macrocosm. The macrocosm reflects the microcosm, right? But with the North Node and the Ten of Swords, my God. It's like the remnants of the last 2 years. It really is, because we've had this devil energy influencing the North Node. So we've already had this warning from Spirit about chasing that North Node energy and how unfulfilling it actually is. It is, because we have to balance both. We have to balance North and South. We can't just go after one or stay within the other, you know? We have to balance that polarity. But the Ten of Swords is like, it's time. This is the thing. It's like a squeeze. the big squeeze. I just heard it's going to be a squeeze. We're going to get squished in the next 2 years, and all of our toxic shit's going to get squished out from us. It's going to erupt. But part of what's going to erupt is justice. Part of what is going to erupt is the truth. It's the fucking truth. Sorry, but that's just how it came out. It's the fucking truth. That's what's going to come out. You know why? Because Taurus represents comfort, actually. Taurus is basically, it's really comfortable. Taurus, it's a comfort sign. Like, I love Taurus energy so much. It's very lovable energy. It's the comfort, right? But if we want to maintain our comfort zone, it's going to become excruciatingly uncomfortable. Our comfort zone is going to become feeling like 10 swords in our back. If we refuse to change, add another sword in. If we then refuse to change, add 2 more swords in. This is evolutionary pressure, and it's intense and it's immense, okay? And if we haven't already been feeling it, then we gonna. We already have been though, haven't we? Alright, let's pull a chakra card for the North and the South Node, Taurus Scorpio, okay? A chakra card for the North Node in Taurus, the third eye. I love this! Truth transcends illusion. It is time for us to wake up. I hate saying wake up. Because you can't tell someone, go to sleep. It's like, please, like, don't tell me what to do. Can you imagine someone being like, go to sleep, go to sleep? It's like, how are you supposed to go to sleep when someone's there being like, go to sleep? It's the same with waking up. You can't just be like, wake up, just wake up. It's like, get away from me. What are you doing, you know? So anyway. But the truth is going to be, okay, this is what it is. If we refuse, it's Taurus, stubborn. If we are stubborn and we refuse to acknowledge the truth that is right there in front of us, it's just going to become more and more painful. Okay, 10 of Swords, hello. Hello. Okay, because the 10 of Swords offers us the completion of challenge. It offers us the completion of what we have gone through. But with the third eye here, only if we are willing to see what is for what it is. Okay? Because guess what, you guys? The devil will always welcome you back. This goes for toxic relationships, all these things that represent the devil. The devil is actually an energy on Earth that is very easy to find. Okay? It's not like you have to work really flipping hard to get some devil energy into your life. Like, it's that toxic relationship that's so hard to leave, or that you watch your friend go back to time and time again, and you're just like, what? Why? You know? It's the devil. The devil will always welcome us back with open arms. And I don't talk about the devil as if it's like this evil force that's like out to get you. It's more like it's an evolutionary catalyst for our own transformation, for our own claiming of our power, for our own boundary setting. We do not have to fear the devil in any way, especially when we have a clear third eye that can see through the illusion and discern the energy before it impacts us. We are free to choose. We have the power to choose, but we have to choose whilst witnessing what is actually happening. We can't choose from a place of illusion because it's deceptive, you know? It's just too deceptive. Justice on the South Node is a really good sign, you guys, because this means that the truth is flooding our collective consciousness. It's really flooding our collective consciousness, which it already has been. But over the next 2 years, Scorpio is the detective of the zodiac sign. You know, Scorpio knows truth. Scorpio knows truth. But what I'm seeing is that Scorpio will hold this intensity of truth. It is so powerful, it is so potent, and it's going to hold that at our South Node for the next 2 years. And do you know what's going to happen? Some people are going to run away from that. Some people are going to run away from the pure, potent energy that Scorpio holds of the truth in all of its justice. People are going to run away into this Ten of Swords. But do you see how different these energies are? So it's almost like we are being confronted to see through the illusions that we are choosing. We are choosing them. When they enter our life, we are choosing that. So we're about to see through that. We have the opportunity for divine justice, for the truth to come out, for Scorpio to give us all those missing pieces that we couldn't see before. But when we are confronted with our own power, will we stand strong in it? Will we own this? Mart, justice, a god of fairness. Are we going to allow that truth to become us? Or we're going to run away from it into this Ten of Swords? Because guess what this Ten of Swords is? It's literally 10 swords in your back. You know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't fun. But the third eye is just as much about truth as it is about illusion. You know, everything has the polarity. It's just as much about truth as it is about illusion. So when we run towards that third eye energy, we can run head on into the illusion or we can run head on into the truth. And either way, it's going to be a little bit painful, I guess. All right, let us pull a chakra card for the South Node in Scorpio and the Justice card. Solar Plexus Chakra. You guys, this is really cool because I actually had a spirit told me, when was it? Spirit told me a couple of months ago, like maybe around the middle of 2021, that that part of what's going on in the world collectively is that our solar plexus chakras and our third eye chakras are deeply compromised through global events that have taken place in the past 2 years. So this is really good news to me. This is really powerful stuff because this is the opportunity for us to free ourselves fully. Fully. Yes, fully. Fully. We can free ourselves fully, but we must be so aware of the illusions within us, as within, so without, right? My goodness me. Justice and the solar plexus chakra. The solar plexus chakra is about justice. Look, what's the second word I've written on this solar plexus chakra card? Confidence, justice, passion, purpose, active, alive, order, balance, core strength, integrity, and belief. Yeah. Balancing integrity, which is the choices we make, the actionable steps we take. How do we balance our integrity and our belief system? Okay, so justice is gonna come in. Justice is there for us. Like, this is really powerful, you guys. Okay, so what I'm seeing on a global scale is that there are going to be certain consumable things with Taurus. It might be foods, it might be anything you can consume, even anything you can buy, okay? Interesting. Anything that has a price tag on it, Spirit's saying. Okay, anything that has a price tag on it. You know what I'm saying? 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 Anything that has a price tag on it. Okay. There's going to be further, I just heard, global manipulation to do with price tags, to do with things that have a price tag on them, and the collective being sold things that is an illusion. Okay, so this might be modification of food. Like that, like for example, I'm literally seeing they might come up with like I don't know, some new way to genetically modify our food so that it's even less organic and stuff. And again, they might sell this as the answer to our consumption issues, the answer to our, issues with consumption or balancing out supply and demand and stuff, but it's an illusion. Do you see what I'm saying? So there's going to be a lot of smoke and mirrors over the next 2 years. Not that there already have not been, but it's going to be in a different way. It's going to have a different essence to it. It's going to have a different, it's going to be even more Taurus energy. It's going to, the planet Uranus has already been in Taurus for a couple of years now, like maybe 3 or 4 years now. I don't know, maybe only 3, maybe 4. Anyway, but Uranus is a planet of innovation and quick change and transformation and such. And Uranus is an outer planet, so it transits the sign for quite a long period of time, for several, like about a decade, I think. Similar with Pluto and Saturn, and Saturn's a bit quicker, but anyway. It's a slow-moving planet. It's an outer planet, Uranus. So it's already been in Taurus, shaking up the energies. So Taurus doesn't really like being shaken up very much. Taurus really likes things to stay the same. That's another thing we have to watch out for, is stubbornness to change, or a stubbornness to allow ourselves to experience something beyond what we can comprehend. Okay, so that's a positive aspect of this Taurus North Node, is that we are going to have a redefinition and a recalibration of what we hold valuable to us. Actually, as well, I'm seeing it could be that a new financial way of being is going to come in for us over the next 2 years, or we're going to have a glimpse as to what is possible in that realm, in that way. With justice and the solar plexus chakra, we have to listen to our gut instincts. This is a time where we can have intense growth in our gifts if we commit to that. If we commit to facing our own illusions that we hold within us. Okay? But we really have to get down. We really have to get down with the truth that things are not always what they seem. And we have to listen to what our truth is from the level of our gut, even if on the outside this person seems perfect or great, but how they make you feel is something different, or how you read their energy is something different, or how they impact you, or how they leave you thinking or feeling, We have to trust our intuition. We have to trust in the deeper frequency that always holds the truth, rather than getting lost in surface Taurus. Taurus can be a little bit like superficial. Like Taurus, this is not calling out anyone who is a Taurus or anything like that, because we have all of these energies within. It's an archetypal thing. And within any energy, like within the sign of Virgo, which is my sign, which is my sun sign, we are a lot more than our sun signs, by the way. But for example, with Virgo, there is a positive energy to it and there's a negative energy to it, just like with everything. There's empowered ways of being a Virgo and there's disempowering ways of being a Virgo as well, just like with Taurus. There's a beautiful empowered essence to it that is high vibrational, and then there are low vibrational aspects to Taurus too. So, bloody hell. Bloody hell, Spirit. Bloody hell. Okay, so again, looking at these North Node energies, keep in mind, you don't want to blindly follow North Node. Look at it. It's not fun. It's not really, it's a bit... North Node holds a lot of illusions. North Node is the illusion of like, just come over here, and if you have $20 more or 50 more subscribers, you'll be happy. It's that kind of thing. It's just like, it's an illusion. It's like, it's more. Then you have $20 and then you need $200, and then you have $200 and then you need $2,000. It's that insatiable energy. That is very devil energy. It is. South Node being represented by Cancer and Libra, actually. Not actually by those signs, I'm just talking about these cards. The Chariot and Justice is associated with Cancer and Libra. Beautiful energies. So we have to trust in our inner knowing. That's what it's telling me, because our South Node is our inner knowing. It's stuff we already know. We already know the truth. The truth is already here. Enough people in the collective consciousness know the truth. Whether that's about, genetically modified situations, or whether that's about other things, or even other things, there's truth. The truth is there. It is. It just is. So it's not so much about the truth needs to come out. It's already out. Haven't you, do you guys resonate? It's already out. The truth is there if you want it. It's about us listening to a truth that we already hold within us. Reclaiming our truth. Reclaiming our truth. I love that. I'm going to write that down. Reclaiming truth. Because it's always been ours. It's always been ours. Alright, let's pull some conclusions. Let's pull some cards for some conclusions. You know what I'm saying? Which deck? Which deck? Which deck? This deck. This deck. I can't remember what it's called. Earth, Gaia, something like that. Gaia. Tony Salerno, I think, is the guy who created this deck. Okay, so let's pull a card for Taurus North Node. I don't want to pull that. Taurus North Node Spirit, what can you tell us? Purification, fire. Bare essentials, the naked truth and wholeness. Okay, interesting that it says bare essentials, because Taurus is not really a bare essentials kind of energy. Taurus is all of the glitz and the glamour. It's glamorous energy, it's like I want the new upgrade on this thing because it's new, and so I just want it. Even if my thing works fine already, I want the upgraded one, Or it's I want the new line of this fashion brand. I don't want to wear last season. I want to wear new stuff. Okay, so this is interesting because it's talking about the bare essentials. The bare essentials. You know what this is telling me? Taurus does have a bare essential energy because it's the energy of the farmer. It's about creating stability for yourself through our earth, through our relationship with earth. So I feel a lot of this with the North Node in Taurus is asking us to come back to what we really value. What is truly important to us? What is the true things that we cannot live without? What can we genuinely feel we can't live without? And that isn't, superficial things, right? It's the bare essentials. Again, North Node, truth. Third eye is truth and it's illusion, right? But this is very positive because it's purification through fire. Through fire. Interesting, you guys. With the zodiac wheel, each sign is influenced by the sign that comes before it. So actually, all earth signs, and Taurus is an earth sign, all earth signs are greatly influenced by fire because a fire sign precedes every earth sign in the zodiac. Okay, so this is beautiful. I like this a lot. So the sign before Taurus is Aries. So we've got a fiery influence in our North Node, which I'm really happy about because fire burns through. But it can also create fertility. In Australia especially, we need the fire. Fire is an important part of land care in Australia and in other places, but I live in Australia, so I know a little bit about it. Not very much, but I know a little bit. And I know that Indigenous people have known this for a very long time, and they've always used burn-offs to make way for new growth. A lot of Australian native seeds need fire to be germinated, right? Okay. It's kind of like we are getting burnt by the fires of alchemy. You know, it doesn't have to be an actual fire. This is spiritual reading. We're getting burnt so that we can be reborn, really, as a collective. There's this energy of burning the way for new growth to come, and for the seeds to become actualized, for them to be able to grow again. Okay, and let's pull a card for Scorpio South Node. And interestingly enough, what's the sign that comes before Scorpio? Libra. This is Libra. Justice is related to Libra. Libra is an air sign, so all water signs are influenced by air. All fire signs are influenced by water, which is why they're actually incredibly emotional. Okay. Alright, one card for the South Node in Scorpio. That's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting that I said Libra. Anyway, alright, so flipping hat, focusing, thank you, focusing. Okay. One card, thank you, Spirit, for the South Node in Scorpio. South Node in Scorpio. The Search. Feeling lost, confused, and lonely. Great. Fucking great. Let's clarify it. Fuck. Okay. Harmony, power, and harmony, power, self-confidence, and productivity. Yes, with the solar plexus chakra, that is a lot about self-confidence. Okay, but look at the coloring in this card. This is very, very, it's almost like they're like the same girl, actually, kind of. Actually, I think they might be. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But look at the similarity in these two cards. So, I feel like this is representing the polarity within Scorpio. There's a polarity in everything. But power. We can feel powerful if we claim our power. But if we do not claim our power, then it is likely that we will feel very lost and overwhelmed by the intensity of the Scorpionic South Node influence. Okay, I'm getting a message that we need to... Okay. This feels really heavy, you guys. All of a sudden, this really heavy energy came into this reading. I kind of actually want to do it justice, so I'm going to take a little break, so I really need to pee, and then I'm going to come back and finish this. Okay, so... I just realised that the card that came out for the North Node is number 14, which 1 + 4 is 5, which is how we determine numerological sort of vibrations to numbers. So 14, which is 5, is really the energy of change and freedom. So we are being offered the chance to anchor in true freedom within our own frequencies if we are willing to change. If we are willing to change. And what is Taurus's least favorite thing? Change. And again, I'm not calling out any Tauruses, I'm talking about it as an archetypal energy that we all carry within ourselves. We all carry an energy part in us that is resistant to change. Some people's it's bigger, some people's it's less, you know? If you have more fixed signs, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius in your chart, you will be likely more adverse to change. If you have energies of Gemini and Sagittarius strong in your chart, a little bit less so Virgo and Pisces, but still there, Certainly air signs are pretty pretty keen on change. Aries and Libra, yeah, definitely Gemini and Sag. So if we haven't changed in the last 2 years, we are really being asked to face that fear and change, because this is what the South Node polarity is looking like. Power and fear, you know? Confidence and disempower, like empowerment, disempowerment. Ping pong, ping pong, ping pong. So what are we going to do? We've got to alchemize the blocks that keep us from our true power. Truly. But Scorpio offers us that, because Scorpio is the archetype of the phoenix rising from the ashes. Scorpio was originally ruled by Mars, which is a fire planet, very fiery planet. So Scorpio holds this fire energy within it as well, even though it's a water sign and it's influenced by Libra and air. So, lonely. Okay, this is the word that's sticking out for me in these two cards, lonely, okay? So when we are connected into source energy, like we are really connected to our divinity, we are really holding that frequency of our cosmic self, you know, as much as we can as a human, you know. But there are times, seriously, you guys, when I am fully in flow and I feel like I'm an actual alien. Like, I don't feel human. And there is not 1 ounce of me that feels lonely in those times. Like, loneliness is just irrelevant. It's so much bigger than that. Like, full alignment with source. And I know so many of you guys will have felt this before. There's no loneliness. You just feel held and loved, and you feel the love within yourself, and you're so fulfilled, and you feel so much peace and joy and excitement and inspiration, and you see the beauty, and it's all beautiful. Okay, when we're disconnected from source, we're going to feel really lost. We're going to feel really lonely. We're going to feel really confused. Okay, so there are different things that can disconnect us from source, like when we choose our primary attachment to be a relationship that isn't serving us, or we choose, you know, different things that disconnect us from source to kind of rely upon instead of relying upon source. And I'm really like, we are all here as a collective energy, you know, we are all, I believe, you know, maybe you're different, maybe you're unique, but I believe we are all surfing this polarity still. All of us. You know, maybe to different degrees. Maybe some people spend 99% of their time here and 1% here. Okay, sure. But to a certain extent, we are all ping-ponging. Because we can have this amazing anchoring into source where we feel completely whole. But there are still things that can come in, create disconnect, or create a drain, create energy drain. Okay, so really I feel, because we've got 6 and we've got 3, which is 3, 6, 9, which is amazing power. Again, this Scorpio South Node is so powerful. Yes, harmony, power. We're being offered power, which is ours anyway. But we gotta stand up and claim it. You know, we gotta stand up and claim it. We can't just be sitting here like, oh, I don't know where my power is. Oh, I don't know. Again, I'm calling myself out just as much as anyone else. Like, I don't know. I lost my power. It's not here. I don't know where my power is. I'm just confused and I'm alone. And it's like, come on. This is the truth. This is the truth. This naked woman is the truth. Actually, she's a tree. So, but this is the truth. And we are able to, with this 9 energy, 3, 6, 9, 9 to me is completion. You know, we can complete those cycles of toxicity. We can complete those karmic relationships that drain us. We can complete those soul contracts for our learning, and we can elevate into the wisdom of the lesson. This is what we are being offered right now, especially right now it feels, but you know, energy shifts as time moves on, but certainly over the next 2 years, I feel like this is it. This is it. Do you see how I didn't realize this, but before I was holding them like this, I think before I took the break, and again, what are they? They're in a relationship with each other here, but it's almost like we're moving on, you know? We're moving on from that illusion of I'm lost and I'm alone and I don't know. It's like, boom, I am the power of my reality. I am. Solar plexus chakra, this is our will to make choices. This is our vision. Makes sense. The third eye is our psychic, cosmic, otherworldly vision. We see through into the other realms, into the other dimensions. We see beyond the veil. We see into the non-physical, into the intangible, into the unknowable. Solar plexus chakra is actually related to our sense of vision in our earthly realm, which is so interesting. It is our vision of our life. It is it's our literal eyesight. Okay? And you know what's really interesting? I don't remember where I saw this. It could have even been a dream. It feels like it was a dream, but I think I watched it somewhere. And it was like someone talking about how if you want to get better at discerning if someone's lying to you or something, then like listen to them with your eyes closed. Listen to them with your eyes closed, and you will feel if they are lying or if they are truthful. And of course, a lot of people have this ability anyway. I think a lot of you guys watching will be really amazing at discerning energy and such. But how interesting. We are being asked to like windscreen wipe our eyeballs so we can see the flip what's already there. So we can see what's already flipping there, you guys. It's already right in front of us. It's right here. It's right here. This is what I feel. Both of these chakras have been targeted in the past 2 years. Longer, of course, but let's keep it within a time frame that we can work with, you know. The past 2 years, all of this stuff that's gone on globally, our eyes have been covered, you know, covered. But the truth is there, you know. They can't hide the truth, they can just hide our vision, distort our vision. They can distort our vision, but they can't hide the truth. So we have the tools within us. Solar plexus chakra, our vision, our will, our sense of justice. Do we see our justice in the world? Do we see justice in the world? Do we want to see justice in the world? And our ability to see beyond, to see through the illusions, right, that keep us shackled. Oh my God, I love it. All right, any final things to say, Spirit? It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. But alright, let's pull some final cards. North Node, abundance. But true abundance. True abundance. This is what it is. It's about knowing what abundance actually feels like. It's not about what abundance looks like, okay? It's not about how many cars and, you know, the crazy billionaires I don't know. What is real abundance? You know, it's the abundance of life force energy. It's the abundance of inspiration. It's the abundance of ease, of free time, of joy, of relationships that fulfill you, of community, of all of these things, right? But true abundance. South Node, body care. I love that. Body care. Yeah, and the solar plexus chakra is about us having the will, the power within us to make the choices that are right for us, especially regarding our body. So again, I'm getting this message with body care being on the South Node that we have to remember, you know, we have to look to the old ways of how we have cared for our body. I'm seeing that there might be, again, this, like, I'm getting this interesting energy. I'm getting this message of false promises being offered to us over the next 2 years related into the body and how we consume things to take them into the body. So food and other things, even water, might become, I don't know, a topic of concern or a topic of discussion, or, you know, we might become more aware of like the lacking of the minerals that we need in our water, or the over cleaning of the water, you know, when there's so much chemicals in that it becomes like toxic for the body. But what I'm seeing is we have to remember the truth we have in our guts, in our guts. Yes, we have to listen to our gut instinct and not allow ourselves to be force-fed false narratives, okay? Because that's what I'm seeing, is that there's going to be innovation coming in to do with agriculture, to do with food, to do with water, to do with resources, to do with our value system, to do with genetic modification, to do with some kind of AI, to do with technology that advances us beyond the point that we're actually ready for. And we have to listen to what is true for us and not get sold into a false illusion, not buy into false promises that are actually there to entrap us. They are not there to set us free, okay? So it's kind of like this is a really out there example, but this is how I'm feeling the energy. It's sort of like being sold a pill, and it's like, you just have to take this pill and then, you know, you can eat whatever crap you want. But this pill will organize it all for you and just be fine. And it's like, is that true? Is that really true? Like, how do we actually need to care for our bodies? Is a pill the way we want to care for our bodies? You know what I'm saying? Or it might be like they find a way that they can create potatoes, but it's all artificial. It's not even real. And it's like, this is the answer. And then it's like, people buy into it, but then they get malnourished from it. You know what I'm saying? It's like this kind of thing. It's like, there's something or many things that are going to come into existence that are going to be seen as innovation and very futuristic energy, right? And some people are going to go running for it, and a lot of people are going to hold back because they're going to be like, that's unnatural, okay? And I'm just seeing to listen to the old ways of how the body has been cared for. We have to remember that the body is of earth, and we have to care for it through earth, okay? The body is of earth, and we have to care for it through earth. The body is of earth, and we have to care for it through earth. Okay, so we have the opportunity for beautiful abundance in this North Node of Taurus if we align to what is truly of value to us. Truly of value. Truth being the key word. Okay? And we have the chance for incredible transformation with the South Node in Scorpio to come fully into our true power, okay? So again, the power, Scorpio represents our inner world to me, okay? Just how I'm saying it right now, how I'm feeling it. Scorpio is our inner world, Taurus is our outer world, can we find power within to create the abundance without? I love it. All right, so this is a beautiful time. This is a time that's calling from a lot from us to dig deep, but it's also a beautiful time. All right, darlings, I will see you really soon. Take good care of yourself, and bye for now.